Hello again. Ramadan is upon us once more, although I suspect that for the average Englishman this religious celebration will be of little or no interest, or at least it will hold about as much interest as, say, Rosh Hashanah or the Persian New Year, which began yesterday. This is not, after all, a Muslim country. I'm happy for Jews to fast on Yom Kippur, of course, just as I have no objection to Muslims fasting at Ramadan. But these are matters which need not concern us, the purely private observance of minority religions. The difference is, of course, that while Jews tend to keep their religious observance to themselves, just as is the case with Sikhs marking the birthday of Guru Nanak or Hindus with their festivals, Islam always has to be just that little bit more obtrusive. So it is that London's West End is now festooned with no fewer than 30,000 lights to mark Ramadan. The Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, switched them on, of course, as he is himself an observant Muslim. In the description to this video, I give a link to a news article about this, and the thumbnail to the video shows the lights themselves. It is in this ostentatious, one is tempted to say aggressive, display of piety that Islam differs from other minority faiths. Nobody objects in the least to synagogues, temples, gurdwaras or mosques, but that doesn't mean that we wish to be dazzled by displays of lights relating to other people's religions every time we go shopping in Regent Street. This is particularly the case because the traditional religion of this country, Christianity, has now been pushed to one side. You might almost say suppressed for some years now, lest it cause upset and offence to members of other religions. Overt public displays of Christianity are avoided, and even Christmas cards now seldom carry any religious imagery. Merry Christmas has been replaced by Happy Holiday or Season's Greetings. The thing about Islam is that such behaviour is interpreted as weakness and lack of commitment, which means, of course, an opportunity for becoming more prominent and seeing if there are people around who might wish to convert and become Muslims themselves. Islam, unlike contemporary Christianity, is not at all shy about pushing itself forward and showing that it is the biggest game in town. That is why the new Ramadan lights will, after a year or two, eclipse the Christmas lights of Oxford Street. It's a metaphor for what is going on in this country in a wider sense. Why the British are so willing to ditch their own culture in this way and allow that of another people to move in and take over is something of a puzzle. Perhaps it's something to do with the traditional English reserve and horror of pushing in and making too much of a fuss and an exhibition. We simply get on quietly and accept that we have our religion and culture while others have theirs. If we are told that our own culture is causing offence to others, as has been done with the celebration of Christmas, then we feel a little embarrassed and readily scale back our mention of the religion with which we grew up. This is why we no longer have a Whitsun holiday, but refer instead to the May Bank holiday. It is why Christmas holidays for schools are being replaced by winter holidays, and Easter is now increasingly being designated the spring holiday to avoid any sort of connection with Jesus being crucified. We're going to regret this bitterly in the not too distant future, though, and I wonder if we might not see those 30,000 Ramadan lights as something of a wake-up call. This country does have its own distinctive culture, and I don't think it would do any harm at all to remind folk of it from time to time.